A cabinet maker and a pharmaceutical company are just a couple of the hidden gems that are tucked away out there that Tracey has uncovered for you. She's going to tell us about them now. First up, the cabinet maker.
Yeah, these are some of my favorite hidden gems so far because they're really hidden and secret, but they're crushing it. So the first one is American Woodmark. They make custom cabinets kind of on the higher end, headquartered in Virginia. Brands you would know if you went to Home Depot or Lowe's or through the specialty building trade.
Okay.
They're starting to maybe contemplate making a slightly less custom cabinet, like semi-custom, and go down a little bit in the market because that upper end is only going to be hot for so long. But right now, it's very hot. They just reported second quarter sales. They saw it was first quarter, sorry. Same store sales were up, well, not store, but net sales up 12%.
Okay.
And, they're still seeing these double-digit gains across all their channels, so all of their cabinet types. So they beat big. It was, over 30-cent beat here, and
Right.
the analysts raising their estimates to meet up with what they're saying. They also improved on margins, which is important because they've been having a little bit of margin problem. Now going forward, they're going to have a little bit tougher comps year over year here because they've been hot for a while.
Okay.
But right now, it looks like the consumer is still remodeling, and mortgage rates and all that stuff is low. People are able to do loans, HELOs to get money out and remodel. So this area still looks good, and they're still seeing, a nice, decent gain for next fiscal year going in, because we just started 2017 for them. Now, if you look at the chart, they've been soaring the last couple of years and then haven't done anything really. They've been in this trading range for the last year. They got a big boost off of this good earnings report. I think some people, and because they're a smaller company and not followed widely, some investors get a little nervous because nothing is said after the earnings report. And then everyone's like, is the consumer still remodeling? Maybe not. I should sell this. So you can see the ups and downs here. They're trading a little over 20 times, so they're not super pricey. They're actually a little cheaper than Home Depot or Lowe's. But this is a good way to capture that renovation, remodeling craze that's going on without actually being in those other retail chains.
Yeah, and no dividend, unfortunately.
No dividend. So you're buying the growth here, but 20%, a little over 20% earnings growth expected for this year. So that's pretty juicy.
Yeah. All right. Then the other one is ANI Pharmaceuticals, correct?
Yeah. I try to stay away from these drug companies because who knows what they're doing. They always have, we have this kind of area, we're doing that kind of area. And then right now, with everything going on with Valiant, this whole sector has been hit kind of hard. ANI is on the smaller side. They're only 750 million market cap. They do the generics, and then they actually have a couple manufacturing facilities that make drugs for other big drug companies. So it's a little more diversity there, but their generic side is doing really well. They just launched a couple new drugs, and that's what you want to see, including an anti-cancer drug generic that they launched in July. So the analysts all like what they're hearing because once those drugs are launched, then kind of the risk is taken out because we already know they're out there, they're going to make them money, and we can look at the numbers then.
Yeah.
But you're kind of waiting to make sure that those drugs actually go out there into the world, and now that's happening. And you can see they also beat big, and then they raised full year guidance. So the beat and the raise, you got those rising earnings estimates. Both these companies actually are Zacks #1 rank, strong buys. But I gotta love this, earnings growth of 55% this year because of these new drug launches going out there. So yeah, this is kind of like a hidden generic company. Some of the bigger ones have been in the news lately, but these guys are smaller. You can see the chart. Everyone got real depressed on this whole sector after Valiant. You can see it kind of in July, that big downward trend there. It basically cut it in half going into that winter sell-off. Now we're back up there. You see some weakness here again because we've had some politicians saying we need to regulate and all this stuff, and now it's going a little bit out of favor again. So if you can get this cheaper, even better. It's trading at 17 times. That's not super expensive, and you got that big earnings growth. So investors need to be looking around for these kinds of hidden gems in sectors that are out of favor with everyone because they're throwing out the baby with the bathwater. But a company like this isn't Valiant or some of the other ones.
Right.
So, they've got the drugs out there and they're going to make money off of it.
But can the negative news that surrounds some of the other companies, especially now with consumer prices on some of these medications skyrocketing, and,
Right.
and everybody now jumping on the bandwagon of, let's try and fight this. Can that negative news spoil the party for even companies like this?
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's what we saw last year when the shares, got cut in half. So that's why I'm saying investors need to be watching the entire sector. Don't discard everything within it just because of what's going on. Yeah, they might have some hearings on Capitol Hill talking about the drug prices and all of that, but these companies will continue to make these drugs, and especially the generic equivalents. So you need to be in ones that have their stuff together and that are getting the drugs out there, and this is one of those that is.
Okay, do you own either one of these?
I do not.
All right, check out more stock information, not only about hidden gems, but about stocks in general, on our website, Zacks.com. You get over to the home page, you can see stock picks and stock picking strategies. You can see headlines on some of the podcasts that Tracey produces for the website, and more. Link to it all off the home page, Zacks.com with Tracey. I'm Terry Ruffalo.